JJ. And we, got a few drives together, hit a couple big plays. So there was a little bit better execution offensively, which is good. I thought defensively in the first half we played okay. The second half was awful. The penalties were really embarrassing. We got to fix that. And every time I turn around, there's 4 or 5 guys injured, and 4 or 5 guys in there that were have to play different roles. So it was like a mass unit. But we'll take the win and know that we have a huge challenge in front of us. Got to get a lot of work done this week to get ready for those Huskies. Okay.
Questions for Coach?
Just your thoughts on JJ and how he did, and maybe surprised at all, or?
No, not surprised at all. We were going to run him a lot anyway, and when Nick got hurt, obviously he was the guy. And he's a tough, competitive player. He's got a lot of shiftiness to him, obviously, and he's really is mature beyond his years as far as at this level of football. So really proud we needed him. Nick got out. I don't know how long he'll be out. So it's JJ's going to get a great opportunity now to play a lot.
What do you attribute to the sloppiness in the second half defense?
I don't know. I watched the film. The penalties are no excuse for them. It's just there's no excuse, none, 0. And I thought we played undisciplined with those, of course. I thought we didn't tackle well, and we're undersized. I mean, they came right down at us, and so we got to play with better leverage. We got to figure out something where everybody we play is just going to pound us, and we're not going to get bigger overnight. So it's something we got to figure out.
And just your thoughts on Dawkins, his second game out, and just.
I thought Brandon was a little more comfortable. I thought, I think it gets a little bit better, certainly with the experience, which is a good thing, which he expected. He was seeing the field pretty well. He certainly is a different dynamic as far as running, because he can run, and he's a competitive runner. He tries to score every time he runs, and that was a big lift for us. So there's some things he'd like to have back. But overall, I thought he, was a play improved certainly from last week.
Could Anu get Wally pipped?
That's a fair question, but it's not fair for me to answer. I think Anu's a really good player when he's healthy. I'm hoping he's healthy, so we have 2 starting quarterbacks. That's my hope.
Any more questions for Coach?
You guys shuffled the offensive line today. What was the kind of the thought process behind that?
We had injuries. Alsadek was banged up a little bit. Gerhard DeBeer didn't play. Freddie was nicked up a little bit. We had all kinds of guys rolling in and out of there, especially on defense. It's crazy. But stayed healthy during camp and not quite as healthy now, but that's football.
Once the injuries start piling up, you start getting flashbacks of last season and all, or?
Thanks for bringing it up. Trying not to. Yeah, you gotta go. I mean, we have an open date, but it's, I don't know, in 4 or 5 weeks down the road. It's not gonna help us right now. So gotta get some dudes ready to play.
How do you feel about where the team's at as you do enter Pac-12 play next
I
year?
would like to have been further along in certain aspects. Again, I'll have to watch the film to say exactly where. I think we've progressed in certain areas, but I think we took a step back in certain areas, particularly defensively in the second half. So, and I think our special teams have been just okay. I mean, I thought we'd be further ahead, special teams wise. So and we're working hard at it. So we'll see what happens.
I know that Tristan Cooper had one of those penalties that you probably didn't care for very much.
No, not probably.
But
And he's a freshman, but there ain't no probably to that. There ain't no probably to those 15-yard penalties. There ain't no probably to that. There's no excuse for it. It's undisciplined. Shouldn't happen. End of story.
Besides that, he seemed like he was really active, making his first start.
I
in
don't
the right place.
know. Yeah, I think he's a good player. And he's going to be a really good player. He's young. Sometimes you forget he's a freshman. He's going to be a really good player. But that time, and it was, a momentary brain stoppage or something there. But you get really frustrated when you're not stopping anybody, and then you're going to throw someone out of bounds. That didn't happen. And those guys, our guys are conscientious enough; they'll learn from it.
Rich, most guys would shy away from a guy the size of JJ at any level, but you didn't. What did you see in him?
He's short but not small. I mean, you can look at him. I mean, he's put together. He's strong, and he was a tremendous high school player. That's sometimes we get caught up in the measurables, but you got to have a certain size, especially for the big guys. I mean, we're too small on defense, but if you want to find a guy that'll be a really good player in college, find a guy that's a really good player in high school. And that's what he was.
Last question for Coach? Okay.
Okay, thanks.